Anyway. Moving on, I think we have the next story. And actually, this reminded me of something that I saw today on the way here. There is a big banner. Those, you know, those two trucks they've now put on the road, which have like those signages for advertisement. And it was conversations, women in polygamy, right? So it was a conference for women in polygamy.
Oh.
It's giving the same energy because I'm like, what? And then the title under, what's it? The messaging below it was, and what do you call them? And like hidden, and things we don't talk about. What's that
Taboo?
statement? Not taboo. No. It's like the revealing the secrets within polygamy. And I'm just like, first of all, wow, what a conference!
It just means you have very good conflict
What a
resolution
conference!
skills.
What a conference! It's giving the same energy because I'm like, look, at the end of the day, you decided to be in a polygamous relationship. Really, Ture is just, it was just an ick. It's the same energy I'm getting from somewhere, unfortunately. And moving on, we have Kush Tracey, who I think has given us the biggest revelation of the century. I saw her story, at least snippets of it anyway, and I was just like, who would have known? Who would have known that this was the life of Kush Tracey? And I think being on social media, being out in public is a huge deal. A lot of people make so many decisions bearing in mind that this is what people want. But ideally, what do you want is always the question. In case you are not aware of what I'm talking about, and this is supposed to be Turi's story, I will still tell it to you. In case you aren't aware, recently, I think yesterday even, Kush Tracey revealed that on a picture of herself, a side-to-side picture of herself, one picture where she was light-skinned, yeah, you see that babes on the right? That is the same babe on the left. That is none other than Kush Tracey, a former presenter, even here actually. Kush Tracey, beautiful woman. I love her skin. I have met her in person and she looks gorgeous. Like, how is this even a person? Like, she's beautiful. Her body is body-yaddying. She is amazing. But she actually does reveal that earlier on in her life and in her career, this was her. Skinny, and she was constantly and consistently bleaching her skin because she wasn't happy with the skin that she was in. She felt the need to become this different person. And actually, she says, in my early mid 20s, I was lost. I was as lost as they come. Yes, on the second picture, which you just saw right there, her in the nice shorts, my skin was bleached, I was skinnier, and I looked like I was living my best life. But reality is, I was broken, lost, confused, and I definitely lacked an identity. I thought being light-skinned made me more beautiful, but that's a lie from the pits of hell. No offense to the naturally light-skinned babes out here, y'all are gorgeous queens. She actually did continue to say that she even had friends who would tell her that they preferred her light-skinned, and friends who would insist that she remained light-skinned by continuing to bleach her skin, but ultimately she dropped those friends like they were hot potatoes because anybody got time for that energy? Anybody got time for that negativity? No, ma'am. We are moving in the way that we desire and the way that we were made to be. Anyway, she eventually does go on to say this. The reality is that I destroyed some parts of my skin, and then it has been a journey of patience and healing to get to where I am. Unconditionally loving my skin color, embracing my unbalanced melanin, all the dark spots and the light parts equally, and I'm no longer ashamed of my story. I never thought bleaching my skin would be an addiction, but it actually was the thing. But it actually is a thing until I did a lot of research. So understand, it's very important for you to just be your own. But I get it, because like oftentimes you really think about it, what do we see on social media? Light-skinned babes getting their money, getting those mbabas, you know, driving the nice cars. How many
looks like a wasp.
looks exactly almost anorexic. People are not eating just so they can look a certain body weight and have a certain which again is entirely up to you. If you feel like you're skinny and you love it, love that. But don't be causing yourself bodily harm with bulimia and anorexia just so that you can look like a certain size 2 person. And I know such a struggle because the people on the plus size community are always like, oh, I would want to be skinnier. People on the skinnier community are always like, oh, I would like to have a little badonkadonk in the badonkadonk. It's never a place of just happiness, you know? I have friends who are most of my friends are actually annoyingly very small, and every time they'll tell me something like, oh, I have a pooch, and you look at their pooch and you're like, what you talking about, babes? Can you shut up? And others are trying to, you know, get into weight gain journeys, and I'm like, I wish I were you, I wish I were you, but we are refusing to accept the underlying issue here, which is people are dissatisfied with themselves, and it's their personal journey that they need to take. Simply because you look at someone and you're like, hot damn, doesn't mean that's how they feel on the inside. And it doesn't mean you telling them twice, thrice, 5 times, guy, you're so beautiful, is going to make a difference. The internal monologue is still an internal monologue. And if it's telling them that they're not good enough, they're not feeling, they're not what they need to be, they're not where they need to be, that internal monologue can only be changed by another internal monologue, which is, you look beautiful, you look gorgeous, we love you the way you are, yada, 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 right? It's such a difficult journey. Being a woman is just hard, I guess. Because, well, imagine Kush Tracey trying to lighten her skin and the way she looks amazing now.
I think what people don't realize is the journey to self-discovery is very individual for everyone. And not everyone has figured it out. Even in your late 30s, in your 40s, people are still trying to figure out who they are when no one else is in the room. And you're looking at somebody like, oh, she's so well put together, she has everything sorted out, she's good. And you don't know they're battling with demons, they're battling with body dysmorphia, they're battling with, you know, alopecia. Did we not see Jada come out and say about her struggles recently?
Yep.
So everyone is fighting somebody, you know. And somebody actually mentioned to me that every rose has a thorn. You look at somebody, they look so beautiful, and you think, ah, she's so perfect. But you don't know the thorns she's dealing with. She has so much she's dealing with, so much she hasn't come together and just accepted about herself. Please be kind to everyone. And if your friends are encouraging you to keep doing these dangerous things, can you drop them? Can you drop them? Because you are damaging your skin. In this day and age, especially, we found out about new types of skin cancer and how it's prevalent, especially right now. In places like Australia, almost everyone has
50% of Australians have cancer.
Yeah,
especially
skin cancer. And you're like, is the sun shining brighter over there? What exactly is happening? So yeah, everyone is dealing with something. So to continue damaging your skin, and your friends keep telling you, oh, so nice, ata ongeza hiyo mkorogo, ongeza ikue more, can you drop them? Surround yourself with people who encourage you. And actually another thing is, at least have one Delulu friend, you know, one Delulu friend who, if you're thinking about something, you're like, go for it. What's the worst that can happen? Let's do it. Always have such a person, or you know, on your team, because these people just take you onto other levels. So wow, but that is so tragic.
It's really
having friends like those.
I know, no. Imagine someone telling you bleach your skin, but it happens, and you know, it's not like it's messaging that comes on one day. I wouldn't just tell you, I don't like the way your hair looks. Someone wouldn't just come and tell me, I don't like the way your hair looks. One day,
I'll come
and they
bring
drop.
it to you.
It's over time. It's like, are you, what?
Squeeze unakaa vizuri, ni mafuta mpya.
You know, it's
unakaa better than last month.
Build up. Yeah. That build up, and over time it just becomes like this thing that you can't. I remember friends who couldn't go outside without drawing their eyebrows. I'm like, babes, what do you mean?
You're so beautiful.
What do you mean? You can't go outside without eyebrows drawn? What do you mean? What do you mean? Makeup. Remember that girl we met at the junction, at the mall just down here, and she's like, oh my God, I feel so embarrassed that I'm outside without makeup. We're like, what do you mean? What do you mean, baby girl? Can you see yourself? And then ask. It's so, people just, no, let's stop doing that. The messaging is, you are beautiful regardless. And even if you do not feel beautiful, start telling yourself that. We've just spoken about this. Just keep telling yourself that positive talk. Positive talk. I am beautiful, I am beautiful, I am beautiful, I am beautiful.
Constantly.
Look at yourself in the mirror and be like, oh, oh, gorgeous. You look at your rollies and you get them and you're like, wow, somebody can sleep on this and feel like a mattress. Can you?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Look at yourself in the mirror naked. That's something I had to constantly do.
Butt naked.
Until I accepted myself for
Yes.
I'm like, you know what, this body is new.
Yes.
But I'm going to love it. Because imagine being so unhappy about a season of your life.
It's the way you go to buy clothes, you don't even know what clothes you buy because you don't know what your body looks like. Hey, you people, can you stop?
Depende.
Then you go.
Ha, I think right now we're going to